Welcome to 2024. This is the year that you manifest your specific person, and this is actually the month that you're going to manifest your specific person because 2024 is your year for love, abundance, the relationship you've always wanted, and I'm going to make it so for you in this video. So it's going to be kind of a longer one. And so I'm going to go through, how many steps did I make? 3 steps, so 3 different outcomes, and I have success stories for each and every one to explain this so that you know exactly how and why, and basically so you have the belief that you know for a fact you can manifest your specific person this month, this year, 2024. 2024 again is your year. And the first step that I wanted to do, and it's the easiest one. If you're manifesting someone you're super familiar with, this is going to be one of the most important processes. And that's circumstances do not matter. Okay? This is step one. Circumstances don't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't care what or how the past has been with your specific person. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're no contact. It doesn't matter this or that. And I'll give the example of these 2 success stories, which actually I'm going to put right here, right now. So as you can see, this first person got their specific person back after 8 months of no contact. I'm looking at my iPad because I can't see it actually on the screen right now. And then this person too, after 5 months, got their specific person back. So if you think that circumstances matter, why did it not matter for these 2 individuals? And these are just a couple of the hundreds and hundreds of hundreds I have seen alone. So distance does not matter. And I want you to think about it in this way. No matter where you're at, no matter what you're doing, there's always going to be a path to your specific person. In the same way that no matter what you are, where you're doing, there's always a path to become a famous singer or an astronaut, right? At any point in time, no matter how far you feel it is, there's always a path for you to get to that place that you want to go. And your specific person is no different. And I really want us to almost stop looking at specific person manifestations as different from any other goals because they truly are not. Everything is the same. If you want to play the piano, if you want to get the perfect relationship, they are the same exact thing. It's all about becoming and assuming the state. So no matter where you're at, I guarantee you, no matter how far away you feel you are, there is a perfect path to your specific person. And we're going to uncover it this year, this month, so you can manifest and be with your specific person. But it really is all about viewing and seeing that path. Because if we're constantly saying, and I'm going to talk more about this later, if we're constantly telling ourselves that we can't do something, my specific person doesn't want to reach out to me, my specific person hates me, they're with someone else, that doesn't do us any good. I recently even just posted a video on this concept that what does that do for us? What does talking that way do for us? It does nothing, but we know for a fact talking positive, talking abundantly, that gets us to where we want to go. And I want you to almost think about the path as it's completely hidden until you start looking for it, until you know and are in the state. So just know if right now you don't know how or when your manifestation is going to show up, it does not matter at all. That's the whole point of this, of getting into the state. We are going to get into the state, get into the feeling, and the path is going to show itself. But truly, we never even have to worry about the path of how, of when. Those are things you literally never have to worry about. And if you look at your own manifestation as it is right now, you're going to see that it's always the how and when that actually cause us to have a lot of anxiety or worry. And I always say, and you've heard me say this before, 100% of all your anxiety, of all your worry when it comes to manifesting anything, including a specific person, comes from thinking about how or when. Just stop completely right now. Vow 2024. It's now 2024, so you can vow this. Oh yeah, let's make New Year's resolution, by the way. You're manifesting your specific person, okay? Are you with me? Say yes, give a like on this video if you agree 100%. But so Never worry about how or when. Your reality, your subconscious, as Neville Goddard would say, Joseph Murphy, your subconscious is going to show you the perfect path as it becomes apparent. Like, even look again at the success stories. I think I'll leave them still on here. 8 months of no contact, 5 months separation. They're with their specific person. So it doesn't matter. And again, so this is almost thinking it doesn't have to take 5 months. It doesn't have to take 8 months. I'm just showing you that even if your manifestation is longer, these are just examples. I've seen people manifest after years of no contact, years of separation, right? But it's just the concept that no circumstance is going to get in your way. Because for these individuals, they had countless other circumstances, right? Distance, third parties, no contact, past events and family and friends, right? All of that was a part of their circumstances as well. So when we look at our own circumstances, we usually think, oh, but my story, my this, my that is different. And that's why I can't manifest my specific person. But that's not true at all. Your circumstances are okay. They're actually not. Even think of yourself as the most powerful, the most abundant individual that has ever walked in this reality. This is your reality. You can change everything. And like I mentioned, there's always, no matter who you are, no matter what you're doing, there's always a path to everything. If you want to be a millionaire, there's a path to that. You want to be an astronaut, like I said, path to that. You want to be a famous artist, director, musician, there is a path to that. There's a path to literally everything. And so basically what I'm saying is there's no way the possibility of your specific person is ever outside of your grasp. No matter how down you felt, no matter how negative you felt, no matter how depressed you felt, there's always a way to that thing. In the same way that no matter where you are on earth, no matter where you are in the universe, you will always have a path to get to anywhere. Obviously, we have these certain assumptions that we need certain things to go certain places. Like think of being 1,000 feet underwater. We probably assume that we need a scuba diving suit or something like that, which is okay, right? Those are just fit and things in our reality to get rid of the limiting beliefs that we have on these sorts of things, okay? So remember, no matter where you want to go, in the same way, on earth, is there any place you can't go? Right? No, you can go anywhere, no matter what. And you're always within the capability of going everywhere. There's a path right now to every place on earth. So there is a path right now in your higher self, in your imagination, that can go literally anywhere you want to go. So again, that's step one. Circumstances do not matter. You could literally comment any circumstance in the comments below, and I've helped someone manifest out of it, or I've manifested out of it myself, right? Because we use circumstances truly as reasons to not do the work, right? I even had someone message me today and was like, what are the odds that manifestation works? Like on my Instagram DM or something. And I was like, well, one, it always works. It's only whether we are picking to do this thing or not. In the same way that you could pick to be a famous guitar player right now by just picking up the guitar and practicing it, getting into the state, as the same thing with our specific person. But when we have those thoughts, and the reason, again, we think circumstances get in our way, when we have those thoughts, that's what's kind of a little negative seed within our mind, a poisonous seed, if you will, that starts to grow, right? If you started playing guitar, right, in that example, and you felt, I might not be able to do this. Can I actually do this? Every day you ask yourself, and that negative thing started coming in your mind. In the exact way I mentioned a previous video of how when we build our foundation of our manifestation, we can start cutting away silently. I don't even know why I put quotes in that. You can silently be just scraping away at the foundation, no matter how tall the building. If you continuously talk negative, it's like we don't realize that it's hurting us. But then we look at our reality, and it's those are the reasons that the barriers are actually coming. So again, the power is if at any given moment you're talking positive of your circumstances, positive of your reality, you are going to get positive effects. It's literally easy as that. So I don't care. Again, I don't care what your circumstances. Comment down below in this first section. Now, maybe I'll have you comment more than one thing. Comment down below, my circumstance does not matter. And I did this on another video, but write the specific circumstance. So no contact does not matter. I can still be with my specific person. I can be with my specific person even though we're in another country. I can be with my specific person regardless of my past. I can be with my specific person regardless of my current feelings or my current state. Comment that down below to write that in stone, okay? Because again, circumstances absolutely do not matter and they're never going to get in the way of you and your manifestation. Now in step 2, so circumstances was step 1. Now in step 2, I'm going to remind you, and this is how, again, in 2024, you're being with your specific person. One of the major steps is it can be easy and effortless. So I know we just went over circumstances, but you need to know it can be easy and effortless. And yes, I'm talking to you precisely, specifically you. It can be easy and effortless for you. And I'm actually going to put up on my screen a couple more success stories that explain this. So look at these 2 success stories. The first one, okay, just showcasing how quick and easy it could be. And I had so many of these examples. I just picked 2 at random. So the first one, this person wrote, yesterday I was looking on your YouTube and today SP appeared. So funny. So think about that. And that is not something new. People watching videos and getting results, following me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, subscribing, literally have gotten results instantly. So if they can do it, if this person can literally just look at my page and go, oh my gosh, it's so possible, it's so believable, this is my reality, and then they see it happen, you can have it happen to you too. And then look at this person, again, just tried one of my techniques. I don't remember specifically which one it was that they tried. I'd have to go back to the email, but this one just tried a technique. Again, their SP calls them. So again, think about that. Think about how quickly that is. Just to try one technique, got them in the state, their specific person broke the no contact and was reaching out to them. And so that's the step 2. It can be easy and effortless because if these people can do it, then you can absolutely do it too. Because if, again, they're in your reality, this is the reason that you're seeing this video is basically to show you that you can absolutely do that. Because in this reality, if you're seeing something happening outside of you, then it's something that can happen to you as well. And truly, who says it can't happen to you? Who is telling you that your manifestation has to be hard? It has to be difficult. Tell me right now, who told you that, right? Who believes it? That's actually a better question. And we're going to say, well, it's us, right? And I do have my notes over here. So if you see me looking over there, who said nobody except you is saying that I'm saying it can, right? I'm with you and that it can be easy and effortless. I even showed you, and I'm pretty sure I'll keep them up on the screen right now, 2 examples of it happening easily, effortlessly, quickly, with almost 0 effort. The technique, and then literally looking at my YouTube. Like, how absolutely crazy is that? And the one thing you'll say is, oh, but people in my reality are telling me it's hard. Well, guess what? People want the same thing that you want, and they fear that they can't. It's only fear as to why people say that something can't happen. Like, even think about your specific person manifestation showing up in the easiest and quickest way possible. Why can't that happen? And the reason that we have any negative thoughts or worries on it or go against it is that we think and fear that it's going to be something bad, right? I fear, what if it doesn't happen? Like, even earlier, I was talking about that person who reached out and was like, well, what's the success of this? That was a seed, that poisonous seed going into their mind, having them create fear. And as you always know, it's okay to feel fear. It's okay to feel anxiety. That's totally normal. But we want to remember that it's not something that we want to include in our daily schedule, right? You're manifesting your SP 2024 this month, January. It's your year 2024 with your specific person. So if we want to get into that state, we can't have anyone, including ourselves, we can't let anyone catch us complaining, not even ourselves. I think that's like a stoic phrase or something, but it makes a lot of sense because we want our inner speech, so what you say in your mind, to match what you would verbally say had you already received what you want. And so also, and think about ease and effortlessness. don't you want your specific person to pursue you, right? If your specific person is pursuing you, how easy, how effortless, how automatic is that, right? Like that's the easiest thing ever. They're chasing you, they're coming after you. It's literally, how could it get any easier than that? And that's the way I always like to approach manifestation, right? Be the one who is pursued, because then it takes away that major question in our mind of, what inspired action do I take? How do I do this? Do I text them? Do they text me? Blah, blah, blah. Well, if you act as the pursued, you act as the flower and allow your specific person to be the butterfly and to come to you, then you're going to find everything is easy and effortless, right? Like if your specific person is blowing up your phone, calling you, texting you, trying to see you constantly, wanting to hang out, like that's happened in a lot of coaching sessions. I actually even joke because in coaching sessions, people will be, their specific person will be wanting to reach out to them so much to where, like on a lot of the calls, I'll be talking to them and they'll be like, yeah, my SP asked me this day, asked me every day this week to hang out. And they're busy, right? Like I know, like, the funny thing is, they're the ones now telling their specific person, I'm busy, I can't hang out. And that can be you too. And again, think of how easy, how effortless that is when you're coming from that state. And it all depends on your state. And if you feel like this state is too good to be true, remember, imagine, and this is, I always love this. Again, remember, there's always a path to all of your manifestations, but imagine the version of yourself that is absolutely irresistible to your specific person. Think of that version of you, okay? Take a moment in your mind, write in the comments, again, affirmation, I am irresistible to my specific person. Comment that down below and think of that version of yourself that is in that state right here and right now. Do you think, kind of tying in the circumstances, tying in the ease and effortlessness of this, do you think that your specific person would not bridge gaps, break no contact, basically break through any circumstance that was in your way, right? You would say, well, of course, like they would, I'm irresistible to them. That version of me is irresistible. Of course, they are going to push through, change, and basically eliminate any barriers between us. And that's easy. That's effortless. Like even thinking about again, the success stories that I'm placing on the screen, literally ease. So it's so easy. It can be, I guess I should say, but it all depends on our thoughts, our beliefs, and our ideas. Okay. And so we want to get into that state. It can be easy. You are irresistible. Comment, I am irresistible to my specific person, and it is easy and effortless. Comment that down below. Feel it, live it, be that version of you. Because I know it feels like you are here and the version of that version of you that's irresistible to your specific person is here, but there's no distance. That is you right here and right now. If I swapped your brain out with that version of you, you would instantly feel irresistible to your specific person, and you would instantly see that happen in your external reality right here and right now. It would literally happen instantly. So that's something we can do. So just showing you have the power within you at any given moment to change your reality, to become something new. So why not right here, right now? Again, today is the January 1st, the best day to do this. 2024 is your year. Be right now, New Year's resolution. You're with your specific person and they're pursuing you every single moment of every single day. That is something you can feel, you can achieve, you are living and have access to at this current moment. I don't know how many times I could tell you this, I could explain this, because you 100% have it. And just like those success stories, again, it can be easy. It doesn't have to be crazy. Again, what is stopping you from feeling irresistible? What's stopping you from feeling happy? Because we always, at any point in time, have the ability to give ourselves any emotions that we want, like literally at all. Any feeling, happiness, abundance, positivity, what is actually keeping you from feeling those right now? And you would say, oh, my external reality. But your external reality has nothing to do with it, right? If I told you, oh my gosh, you just won $1 million, you would feel so happy, so abundant, so positive, right? Here and right now. correct? Right? How would you feel if I told you I'm giving you $1 million? Where is this happiness coming from? Because you may not even have the $1 million right here and right now. Why are you feeling happy? Like, again, if I'm like, oh, I got to send it to you next week, you would feel happy every single step of the way. But that doesn't make any sense if happiness is happening outside of you, right? It's always constantly happening within. So that's something we want to remember. So we have control over that. And we can give ourselves then any single state that we want at any given time. So you can give yourself right now the feeling, the state that you and your specific person are perfectly together. They're pursuing you. They find you irresistible. That's who you are. It doesn't have to take a lot of time. It doesn't have to take a lot of effort. So again, remember that this is, I think it's step 2 of our entire process, okay? Now, tying into that idea that you can switch states very, very quickly, remember, your past doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what has happened previously with you and your specific person. You can change your reality right now. And it's actually only the fact that we are identifying with those assumptions as to why it's being created. Now, again, this could be identifying with assumptions about yourself. Like if you were saying my specific person doesn't want to be with me, that doesn't matter. The past doesn't matter. Or if you have been in a relationship with your specific person before and you're like, they're this way, there's a third party, there's this. That doesn't matter because you're constantly choosing who and what to be at any given moment, as we talked about in step 2. But I almost want to take it a step further because since you have this choice all the time, we want to remember that we're never attempting to bring back our relationship from the past or relive something from our past or even relive a past version of ourselves. Because I know it makes a lot of sense when it comes to relationships, like past relationships, that we feel as if we want to relive it. But remember, when we relive a past state, we only create the same circumstances that happened before. So if you in the past, you saw your specific person not acting the way you want, or you didn't feel irresistible to them, identifying that with that isn't going to help us, right? We need to move out of that. We basically need to die to that old state and be reborn as the new. And again, so if there's stuff you did in the past, you're like, oh my gosh, that's so cringe, that's so crazy, that doesn't matter. Never, ever, ever attempt to undo the past. The best thing you could do at any point in time is to act from the new state. And someone actually commented on one of my videos of what do we do if we did something bad in the past? And he's like, I think this person was talking about, I'm not talking about a high school dilemma. I'm talking about serious, quote unquote, devastating circumstances. No matter what happened, no matter how devastating it feels, this is your reality. Never attempt to undo it. Obviously, if it's something you feel you need to apologize morally for, then apologize and then let it go, right? Because when we attempt to undo the past, we have to go back into that previous state, okay? That's something that we need to do. So basically, you have to feel back into that previous state, live it and exhibit it in order to undo it. And so think about what that's going to do for our manifestation. If we're going back to a time when we weren't feeling great and we try to apologize, we're exhibiting that state again. Now, again, I'm not saying never apologize or never do this or that, but if you're feeling guilt about it, it's so much better to act from the new state. Because think about two individuals that are coming back together. There's a lot of things that have happened in the past that probably you feel the need to talk about, right? So let's say there was a third party, there's this, there's that. Well, if you want to manifest in the quickest possible way because you're manifesting this month, you need to treat it as a new relationship. And this is something I always like to talk about in coaching sessions because it's so important. And how would you treat a new relationship? You would be open, you'd be abundant, you'd be patient, right? There would be no need to talk about depressing, worrisome topics because you would focus on exactly what it is that you want. Like think about someone who is not feeling good or is like low-key, high-key depressed, right? Do you think it makes more sense to talk about their depression and their sadness? Now, there's always a time for that, but do you think that's going to help them feel happier or talking about the possibility of them being happy or talking about positive things that kind of bring them up? You would say, obviously, and I'm not saying don't ever talk about it, because there's actually really intense, awesome therapeutic effects of talking about stuff that you don't necessarily love. But if you want to change it quickly, we then just want to focus on the positive. So instead of, again, attempting to change something negative that happened in the past, talk about and think about all the awesome things that you're going to do with your specific person. Now, what makes you feel better right now? Talking about the fight that you had with your specific person last week, a month ago, a year ago, or thinking about getting married to them, scheduling it, going on your honeymoon, right? That is a million times more fun, happier, amazing, right? And I'm actually going to put two different things on the screen, two different success stories that explain this, because I almost forgot to even add them on here because I'm putting so many on here, but I'm going to put them up right now. So look at the power of acting from the new state. Look at what this person said. So it said, my SP said to me that he doesn't even know why we broke up in the first place. That was crazy. When you persist in the end, you are going to see changes and things are going to alter to your benefit, basically changing the entire past. But look at that. And then look at the other individual. He told me when we spoke again that he was going crazy watching me from afar. That is the instance that there's always action or things happening, and I guess actions too, happening behind the scenes. Your specific person, when you get into the state and you get into the feeling right here, right now, your specific person is moving. Everything in your reality is changing to bring you two together. That is happening, no doubt. You can doubt it all you want. It's not going to change the reality of the fact that when you start thinking positive, when you start affirming, like you commented down below earlier, that you're irresistible to your specific person or circumstances don't matter, your reality starts to change. And I know. And again, think about the individual again. The SP was like, I don't even know why we broke up in the first place, right? So think about the concept of persisting in the end state, thinking and living from the end as compared to trying to undo circumstances. So right now, here more than ever, 2024, again, is your year to make what you thought was impossible. It was never impossible, but make what you may think is impossible true in reality this month, this year. And it's meant for you, right? But it all happens to focus on exactly what you want rather than be the opposite. And so that's the example. Because when you focus on exactly what you want and exhibit that, feel that, imagine being the version of you that's, again, irresistible to your specific person. Do you think your specific person is going to say, oh yeah, I don't even know why we broke up? Of course they are. Or they're going to be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe we haven't started dating sooner. That's another thing that your specific person is going to say when you get into that feeling and get into that state. So don't ever think any portion of your past is going to stop you from creating the reality you want. Because even look at the two success stories on the screen. These two individuals, they did not let it stop them, right? Like, they didn't let circumstances, they didn't let they didn't let circumstances happen. Look at how easy and effortless it was. It may not always feel easy and effortless during the process, but when you persist, when you push into it, that's how you get to that ease. Because it's basically, think about something that you're very passionate about. That's how your manifestation can be. As we think from the end, not trying to undo the past. When you think about the end, when you remember exactly why you're manifesting your specific person, why they're the person that you want to be with, you're going to be full of love, full of passion, full of abundance, and everything's going to seem easy and effortless automatically because it's going to be stuff that you want to do. It's almost like, is going on a date feel like a burden to you right now? You'd be like, well, no, I'd have so much fun. Well, technically, a date is an action and process going to you getting married. And so technically that's work, right? Getting you there. But the bridge of events always acts in that way. And you always have divine guidance and inspired action that leads you exactly where you want to go. And it's always easy, always effortless. And again, so if you have fun going on a date with your specific person, your entire process can be happy, positive every step of the way. Now, again, I always want to say, just because you don't feel good one day, you did not mess up your manifestation at all, right? We're all going to feel down, sad, like we can't do something one time or another. That's okay. But the trick is to remember, just push and persist and know think about your end state. Think about anytime you feel down, think of the most abundant things that you're going to do with your specific person. And that's going to take you out of it. And these are the main kind of effects or things that I wanted to do. I know this is a longer video than normal, but I think it was a fantastic and is a fantastic time to start the new year, because again, you can be with your specific person. That it is not outside of your grasp. I know you see some comments that are like, no, it can't happen, blah, blah, blah. Don't listen to that. And if people in your reality are telling you can't be with your specific person, says who? Right? It's kind of like, imagine what they would say if you said, this year I'm going to make $1 million every single month. What are they going to say to that? Kind of maybe even the same thing along the lines. They're going to be like, you're crazy. You can't do that. Why don't you just stick to what you need? Settle, right? We all hear that, settle with your specific person. No, do not settle. You're not allowed to settle in 2024. And so now, with all that being said, how are you feeling? Are you confident? Are you abundant? Do you know for a fact you can have your specific person? Because I actually wanted to mention, this year, so to put my money where my mouth is and to help people manifest, I actually want to meet. So I want to help 4 people. So if you're one of these watching this, feel so inspired, so awesome, and want to manifest this month, I want to help and meet with 4 people each week of this month leading up to, I guess, next month, or leading up to making massive progress with your specific person. So it's going to be free. Just reach out to me. The first 4 to kind of reach out, I want to set up, and we're going to be working together super close, but there's things I need from you. If you're one who wants to meet up weekly with me and manifest your specific person, create awesome, amazing progress, 2024. Again, this is your year. There's a couple of things. 1, you need to be totally dedicated to it. So when you sign up, it's free, but when you commit to this, when you are meeting, you have to make every meeting. I mean, if you can't you need to make every meeting, okay? You need to be dedicated to this, because when we talk about stuff, knowing it is half the battle. You have to make the progress and actually do the thing and meditate or affirm or actually get into the state, because the frequency at which we're entering into the state is so important. And I can't tell you how many times I myself have read something awesome in a book and was like, wow, this would change my life, and then didn't act it out, right? Because I literally guarantee you can, by the end of this month, have awesome, massive progress with your SP, be in a relationship, be engaged, be married. Literally, you can do anything. I just went to a marriage ceremony that I'm with someone I helped manifest. So it's like, think about that concept. So again, dedication. You need to be totally dedicated. So are you seriously dedicated to changing your reality that quickly? The next one is being open and kind of verbal. So it's like constantly talking to me during the process, being open, asking questions, trying out the things that we talk about. And then, because each individual person is kind of different, so acting it out and seeing, okay, how is this working for me? Because some people love journaling, some people love visualizations, some people love affirmations. We want to work. I want to give you the best way for you to get progress, and that depends on you specifically. So you have to try these out and be super verbal and open to that, and explain every single step of what's happening. So when you get text from your SP, when you get successes, it's super open, super verbal to everyone in the group that this happened, I am doing this. Or maybe even in the opposite, this negative thing happened. That's okay. When you bring that to the group of all of us meeting, it's so beneficial. You have no idea. And so being open, talking about your successes, talking about your confusion, your worries, your questions, your everything. So basically being open, because in this thing, again, put my money where my mouth is. We are manifesting your specific person this month. So you need to tell me everything. I need to know your exact position, your story, because we're in this together. And so pretend as if I am with you every single step of the way, because that's how it's going to be. I need to know every single piece of information ever. Okay. And also one last thing. Here's the last thing you need. You can't be, you can't be the person that comments on the videos, my specific person will not be together. Nope. When I make a title of a video that says your specific person is obsessed with me, you can't be the individual that says, no, they're not. That not allowed. If you did that in the past, that's okay. You have to vow if you want to join, you're not doing that anymore. That is not not a part of our journey. That's not going to help us. It's not going to hinder us. It's not going to help us get to the results we want by the end of the month. Okay. Cause that's the whole point of what we're doing. And so again, no matter what, I would even focus on, we shouldn't even actually focus on results, because the more you focus on being with your specific person, positive, but setting a time, it causes us to worry. Let me do the worrying for you. So focus on internal change. This whole month is about totally changing ourselves to being that individual and creating opportunities and manifesting and being with our specific person. But again, you can't be the individual that's like, no, they hate me. I can't do this. Does this actually work? No, you need to fully dive in 1,000% to manifest. And if you want it, and again, if we're doing this, I know you can, but I need your help and I need your belief as well. When we're working together each and every week, or each and every day, probably through texting, emails, things like that. I guess that's one thing to do. Be open through texting, emails, and then kind of you have to be available for the time that we meet each week as a group. But again, for people, just reach out to me, hit the link in the bio. So go to Kyle August Coaching. I'll put it right here. Go to kyleaugustcoaching.com, hit the contact tab, go to my Instagram, send me a DM, go to my TikTok, send me a DM. I would say probably send me a message through my website is probably the best way to do it. But just let me know you're open, you're available. You want to join me on this journey this month to manifesting your specific person, and we'll talk. You got to, again, tell me that you are dedicated, open and verbal, explaining every step of the way, thinking and talking positive, or just basically not going to undermine all of your success, because that really, really matters as well. But just reach out to me, send me a message or whatever. If you do reach out, let me know if you're ready to join in the comment section below. But no matter what, 2024 is your year to manifest exactly what you want. You're going to be with your specific person this month. This is the year of you and your specific person, okay? Write that down below. This is the year of me and my specific person. Comment that down, right? Me plus specific person is I don't know, whatever affirmation you want that's going to basically tell me and show me you are ready for awesome, massive progress this year, 2024. Let's be dedicated. Let's do this together. And each and every day I'm still going to be posting content. So let's get you your specific person. I want everyone watching, I want you watching this video to have your marriage. I mean, you'll have to get married this year, but you have to get engaged this year. Okay. How's that? If you want, if you don't want to get engaged, that's okay. But this year it's for you. Okay. Thank you guys so much for stopping by today. Hopefully you liked the longer videos. Thank you guys so much for sticking around. That's why I included the, this sort of weekly session thing at the end, because I know you would stick around to watch it, and you're the type of person who I want to help manifest quickly within this month or make massive, massive progress. Again, I want you, when we focus internally on our state, that's how we get the most progress. So we have to basically be thinking, how can I totally change and become the individual that's with my specific person? That is the most important thing. And when you make the internal change, everything external to you is proportionate to that. So when you change internally, your external change is at the same degree in the level. And the feeling always comes first. If we're waiting for our specific person to reach out to then get into the feeling, it's not going to help us. Okay. So that's something we always want to remember. Thanks again for stopping by today. Hopefully this video was one you absolutely loved. I'm thinking right now, I don't know if I actually did or not, because I'm recording it right now, obviously. I might make it at midnight 2024 that I set this out. So if you're watching this, Happy New Year. This is absolutely awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching, but I'll see you. So reach out to me again on my website, click the link in my bio. And if not though, I can't wait to see you in the next video tomorrow, starting our new year with you and your specific person.